This past week's pickups, episode number 14. Got some antique mall finds here to show you guys. Went to an antique mall yesterday, one I go to every few months. I prefer antique malls because there's a lot more stuff, and vendors try to, at least they should be trying to keep new inventory coming in, and so you're not looking at the same thing all the time. But I've had some pretty good success at this specific one in the past, and I think this is the best turnout I've had yet there. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, we've got a University of Iowa pennant. Just based on looking at this, I'm thinking it's from the 60s. It's in pretty good shape, maybe 50s. But I'll have to do comps on this. The best way for this particular pennant is probably just to look on eBay and, University of Iowa pennant, and then see what other people have listed, see what has sold, see the value in the year and just to get more information on it. We've got another pennant here, another Iowa one. So that one was 5. This one was 10. Definitely more vintage, just based on the look of it. So the other thing I can do with this one, it has a University of Iowa mascot, Herky, on there. The mascot has changed throughout the years, and you can see images of, when they changed and the dates. I could go through, what I'll do is I'll compare comps on eBay, and then I can also look and see when this specific Herky was out. But I'm guessing this is 50s. I could be off. Might be 40s. Could be 60s. But if I have to guess, I would say 50s sometime. So some more University of Iowa items here. We got a Rose Bowl pen from 86. We got 2 of them. These are just $2 a piece. Now these aren't going to be worth a ton, but I think they will definitely sell, $5 or $10 a piece. So good return, considering they're only $2 each. And next, something I really like are Snapshot Photographs. These are snapshots. University of Iowa football at the Peach Bowl in 1982. So I think they played Tennessee. This is pretty early before the game because there's hardly anybody in the stands. I did look up the attendance because I was just curious. There was over 50,000 people there, so pretty full stadium, I'd say. But the big one was, these were only $2, and the big one here is Hayden Fry, who passed away recently. He's walking off the field there pre-game. So nice group of photos for only $2. Next off, so Cedar Rapids is up the road. They've got a minor league team. It's been there since 1890, so a long history of baseball in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So they've had different affiliates throughout the years, and one was the Cardinals. So we got a button here, Cedar Rapids Cardinals booster. So they were the team from the mid-60s to the early 70s, and we got a ticket here. These are probably about impossible to find. 1971. So the buttons can be pretty valuable, really. These type of buttons, really hard to find this stuff. And given, there's a lot of aspects that would make this worth something or sought after. It's a button that people collect buttons, people collect baseball buttons. They might collect Iowa stuff, in particular Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So those are all aspects that will make something more sought after, and thus more, you'll get more out of it. So those items there. And the Colonels are the current team. They're the Twins affiliate, but they were the Angels before that, and they had Mike Trout there. They've had a lot of good players coming through there. Next, we've got a bag of baseball coins. So these are I haven't looked through these yet, but they're from 71. I don't know if there's any major stars. There's a Gaylord Perry, and I don't see anybody huge, Louis Aparicio, but they're worth a couple bucks a piece, I would say. There's probably 30 in there or so. So $20 for that bag. So pretty good deal on those, I'd say. Next, I do it all. I look for anything I think is worth value, and if I think I can sell it, I'll do it. So we got a Smurfette figure. I don't know a lot about toys, but it is dated from 1982. I got to assume the Smurfette is the most popular of the Smurfs. It's like brand new looking. Even the hanging tag thing there is still in there. So like I said, I don't know a ton about toys, but I know, obviously if it's in the package is nice. And I know that if it still has that thing in there, that only makes it more sought after. So we'll see. I paid $10 for it. I didn't do any comps on it or anything. I just figure, I'm willing to take chances. It's not a big risk, obviously, only $10, and I'll easily get my money back if nothing else. And finally, one of the better items I've found in an antique mall is this one right here. So we have a book, a Bill Clinton book. Now I made a video about this in the past that, one thing I like to do is go to bookstores and look for books specifically, either big time athletes or like political presidents, obviously. So if you just take a minute to go through a book, in the first few pages, you might find an autograph, and that's what we have here. Got a Bill Clinton. To Kate, thanks, Bill Clinton. So that's definitely Bill Clinton's autograph. So that was 15. It's most books are not going to be worth buying. If you're paying $15 for a book, this book is not worth that unsigned. But signed, it's probably a couple $100, $150, $200. Clinton is not like a real easy autograph. Some presidents are real easy and thus not worth that much. But Clinton I think is more difficult from what I've seen. So if you just take a minute, like I always look at presidential books to see if they're signed. And here in Iowa, we have the caucuses. So every presidential season, the election, beginning of the campaigns, they got to come to Iowa, the very beginning. And they all have to come. And the caucuses are small events, so you would have a lot of access to these kind of guys. And, I have a few friends that have massive political collections. I'm not interested in collecting political stuff. I'm not really interested in politics. But, you're not going to pass on an autograph of a president for $15. If you can get, I have a few presidents, Bush and a few others, but, they're pretty hard to come by, really, other than like Gerald Ford or Jimmy Carter. Those are easier ones, not really worth a ton, but Clinton is more difficult, I'd say. So that's it for this one. So some pretty nice finds. We got a Smurf there. We got Billy Boy and some other nice Iowa stuff and baseball stuff. So pretty happy with these pickups. It was just $90 for everything. So that, quite a bit of stuff for just $90. So pretty happy about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.